What is up, everybody? It's another live chat. How you guys doing out there? Um, Tapology League is still open. Still gonna give out a cash prize to whoever has the most wins at the end of the year. Be sure to click on the channel and look at all of our social link. I think that's what it is in the social links portion of the channel's description. Get into that Tapology League. Trying to give away some money. So the more the merrier. Right now, Kiwi is ahead. So yeah, get in there. Get you paid. Can donate to the Tapology League fund, and the pot can grow from there. If it grows enough, maybe I'll put an incentive for second place as well. Maybe pay out second and third. But anyway, yeah, it's a live chat. We're going to be kind of checking out everything happening on the weekend, answering your questions if you have any, talking about some MMA news. I guess Diego Lopez received an indefinite suspension after UFC 314. I don't know how commonplace that is. It seems, after seeing the list of fighters that have an indefinite suspension, seems like it's more common than I thought it would be. Also, I changed where my mic is at. It's no longer right here. So I think if I'm away from the mic, it should be better. So just constantly improving over here. Volk seemed to have some injuries. He has a suspension as well. We can check that out now. Oh God. Diego Lopez and Michael Chandler are among the fighters handed a medical suspension stemming from the UFC 314 fight card in Miami this weekend. Main event fighter Diego Lopez, who was handed an indefinite suspension following his 5-round war with Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski received a 45-day layoff. And another thing that kind of interested me is I thought if you get knocked out, you had a 3-month suspension. But Nikita Krylov got literally knocked out cold and face planted. And he's only on a 60-day suspension. I'm like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. That's Chandler got beat up badly. Yeah, and he only has a 30-day suspension. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. I'm like, and maybe, I don't know. I guess I don't know anything. But it is also the Florida State Athletic Commission. So maybe they do things differently down there. I was always under the impression if you got knocked out, you got a mandatory 3 months off. And again, that's why this channel is called Combat Casual. I don't know anything about MMA, guys. All right. Sometimes I pretend to, but I don't know shit. What is up? Nick, how you doing, my friend? How's work today? But yeah, that's really weird. Indefinite suspension for some fighters. And some of the fighters that got brutally knocked out received under a month suspension. Now, the way you get off of an indefinite suspension is you have to get cleared by a physician. And we all know that, Michael Bisping was cleared by a physician after having, one eye for at least one of his UFC fights, if not, a few more than that. So I don't think it's that hard to get cleared by a physician and get these suspensions lifted. But yeah, kind of weird there. Let's continue on with some of the news, though. Why don't we? Let's see. Arman Tsarukyan expects Ilia Topuria to get a UFC title shot over him. You guys see this on Hey, what's going on, Hippo? Good to see you, man. Did you guys see that Ilya Taporia said by the way, that Joe Rogan episode with Ilya Taporia seemed pretty interesting. It's always interesting to get inside the mind of like one of the highest level fighters in the world right now. But he said that he would just sit and wait until the UFC let him fight for the UFC lightweight title. Marco and Tresean got indefinite suspensions too. So the article I was reading from MMA Fighting. Let me just pull that back up because I guess I don't have to show it on the screen, but it says that Marco Tulio, you are right. Both of them did receive indefinite suspensions, which is good, I guess, because they beat the hell out of each other. Taporia only wants Islam, but man, I want to see him versus Paddy. What? Let's check out the UFC's rankings because they do have updated rankings now. Him versus what? At lightweight, you've got Islam Arman still number 1, Charles 2, Justin 3, Max 4, Dustin 5, Dan Hooker 6, Gamrot 7. He actually moves up a spot in the rankings. Paddy Pimblett number 8, Dariush number 9, and Moicano number 10. Grant Dawson number 14. What the hell's going on? I mean, okay. Like, I understand if you want to see Taporia versus Paddy just for the lore, but you want the former featherweight champion to fight a number 8 ranked guy in the division, his first fight at that weight class. I don't understand that at all. Can't wait for Idaho's watch along of WrestleMania. When is WrestleMania? I mean, I won't be watching it, but do you not know about? Yeah, no, I know about that. I watched the whole beef, and this is like when they were both relatively new to the UFC, and Paddy threw that bottle at him and was like, "You'll be fighting on my end." Or that's a terrible Paddy Pimblett impression, but said he'd be fighting on his undercard. Taporia should get at least one fight at 155 before touchdown. You think the number 8 ranked guy though? I don't know, man. He should at least fight somebody in the top 5. Poirier would be fine. Justin, Charles, like, if not Arman. That sounded like a leopard. Yeah. Who you're gonna be fighting on my undercard? Yeah, that's like little north west of where Liverpool is. Paddy has done enough to get a big fight. Yeah, that's why I mean, Anakin, did you not watch my matchmaking show? He's got to fight Arman for the number 1 contender. And how is this hard to understand? Did you guys see that Ali Abdelaziz has been teasing that like Justin's gonna fight Islam? I don't really care like if Justin gets a title shot again, but like, okay, we're just gonna have Islam fight everybody that could be beat on the way out, like, I don't know, man. I don't like it. I think that Islam's record, I think Islam is a fantastic fighter. Pound for pound, number 1, or not number 1, sorry. He's a pound for pound, like top 5 fighter in the world. But his resume sucks, right? Like name value wise. Like, let's go through it. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Islam. Like, his resume is actually terrible. So he fought an M1 challenge. Shout out to M1 Global. Gets knocked down his second fight in the UFC against Adriano Moraes. Leo Kuntz. Chris Wade, not a bad name. Nick Lentz, Gleison Tebow. Khabib opponent. Cajun Johnson, not a bad fighter. Arman Sarukian. Davi Ramos. Drew Dober. Thiago Moises. Dan Hooker. Bobby Green, Charles Oliveira, Volkanovski twice, Poirier, and Moicano. So, did Khabib ever fight Charles? I don't think he did. No. Let's look him up. Pretty sure he didn't. This guy's got a long Wikipedia page. Okay, Justin, Dustin, Connor, yeah. Archer, RDA, Pat Healy. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. So he's got 3 common opponents with, well, if he fights Justin, that'll be Khabib's last opponent. And it's like, okay, sorry, I need to rephrase that. I don't think his Nate the Train M1 champ. All right, his resume doesn't suck, but it's like, okay, he beats Justin Gaethje, right? It's like, that's a good name to have on your resume, just objectively. But it's like, we really got to. Are people like literally clamoring to see Islam versus Justin Gaethje? Like, I don't know. I think it'd be better for him to stop fighting. Like, even if he fought, like, imagine if he fought and beat Ilia Topuria. That's the second champ from a weight class below him that he's beaten. He's just, and I'm not even saying like there's anything he can really do to like make his resume like super amazing at this point. It just, he kind of is suffering from the same issues that Khabib did, I think, with his resume and the names on it. Like, you're going to fight Khabib's former opponents, fight guys twice, Arman Sarukian, and you're supposed to fight again, Volkanovski, and you're fighting champs from the weight class below you. It's like he's got it. UFC is not doing him any favors with name value. TBH, it should be Arman versus Ilia, but the UFC won't do it. Well, I think you want Ilia to get like, an action fight. I don't know if Arman Sarukian is going to necessarily be like an action fight. That's why I was so excited to see Islam versus Arman too, right? Because it wasn't going to be like an all-out blood and guts fight. It was going to be like the highest level mixed martial arts fight maybe you would see in the sport. And that's why it's like, I like to see Ilia versus like Justin or Dustin. I wouldn't mind him getting a title shot, but it's more like, sucks for Islam if he has to fight another featherweight champion, right? I don't know. That's just kind of what my thoughts are on it. I don't even know, like, what could the UFC really do? Like, if Islam goes up and fights for the welterweight championship, now we're getting something unique, and it's like separated from Khabib's legacy, something he never did. He should probably retire after Justin. Look, If Belal wins, then all that 170 talk for Islam is over. You think? Why is that? I'm all for fighters retiring at the top of their game. Khabib said, "Oh, right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right, because they've trained together. Yes, exactly. Right. So wait. You're telling me you would rather see him retire if he beats Justin Gaethje? I again, like, I would rather see a fighter retire at the top of their game before their career is in a decline and they're suffering too much, like Darren Elkins on last Saturday. You know, but Islam should just retire after he beats Justin Gaethje. That seems a little far to me, bro. Seemingly he has a lot more to give to the sport. And then imagine if he like subs Dustin like in a similar fashion to Khabib and then just retires after like you guys both retired after you beat Justin Gaethje. Like, what are we doing here? You know? I personally just think it would be a bad look for his legacy. Now, again, that's not the most important thing. Like, the most important thing is like, were you successful at prize fighting? And I think Islam's got some money and beats Justin Gaethje, and he's getting older. I mean, how old is he? Like 33? Okay. Dude, I mean, Islam's got a few fights on his plate, then he's likely done. Yeah, right. But I don't know, man. To say you should retire after he beats Justin Gaethje is, I think, going too far. But I do understand what you're saying. Like, there's not really too many more fights for him. But yeah, I mean, imagine like it's Justin Gaethje and then it's Paddy Pimblett, and then like Arman again, or even Charles. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, that would not be a good legacy. You know, you'd probably still even be talking about BJ Penn as the best lightweight ever. When Islam retires, lightweight will be very interesting. Yeah. That's funny that you are, and don't take any offense, but like you are such a big fan of guys like Islam. And I am. I mean, the whole reason I started watching the sport was because of Khabib, right? But for you to even say that, yeah, I mean, like, because he's just pretty much beaten all these dudes. Like, obviously Dustin looked really good their last fight, but yeah, if the division was to move on from Islam, I think that the division would get more interesting. I'm just sitting here saying, like, him and Khabib suffered from the same like lack of names on their resume, and it's just kind of a bummer because that they're damn good fighters. Like, if Khabib would have gotten that Tony fight, I don't know, man. Just also, you got to think, like, lightweight is so weird right now because there's so many like people from the last generation of lightweights still ranked in the top 10. It's a weird thing to see. The division is not moving like on from those names. They're talking about Islam moving up whether Belal wins or not. Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about somebody who doesn't have too many fights left. I mean, Belal falls right under that same category. I mean, Islam is 2 years younger than Belal Muhammad. So anyway, let's move on to some other news. Patricio Pitbull laments lack of urgency at 314. Names ideal opponents for next fight. Who do you guys want to see Pitbull fight next? He posted on his like socials like Dan Ige. I wouldn't mind Dan Ige. I mean, I'm like, dude, let's do the Chandler rematch, right? I really wanted to see him versus Volk, man. Him versus like Aldo. Just make Aldo fight up at do it at a catch weight, 140. Is it true I'm Where's Waldo? I don't know. Are you? Have you been the guy in the books hiding in that striped red and white striped outfit these whole times? Pitbull versus Miller. Chandler needs to run it back with Will Brooks. They're just going to sign Will Brooks back to the UFC and give him the Michael Chandler fight. I mean, like, I matched up Chandler with Drew Dober. I think that's a good fight. Bobby Green versus... Okay, I'm asking you, who's fighting Pitbull, though? Bobby Green versus Chandler? Not a bad fight. I would like to see him versus Drew Dober, personally. Go watch my matchmaking show. It's still up. It's a video. It's on the channel. But who should Pitbull fight is the question we're asking here. Dan Ige's fine. I don't know. We could check. Ige, Pico, Bryce. Ooh. I like that. I like the Bryce Mitchell fight. But no, I matched Bryce Mitchell up with Duo Choi. So I personally got to go. And I did Ige versus Pico, but here's Jim Miller. He's a weight class above him though, Sean. The reason why I put Pico versus Ige is like, I mean, shit, we could look at Pico's we can check out his run as of late. Now, obviously a guy you would value, like if you were running a mixed martial arts promotion, you would value this guy. But I mean, seriously, guys, like why in the world would we give Aaron Pico like a top 10 guy in his first fight? I mean, let's look at his entire run, right? Like, all right, he loses his Bellator debut to Zach Freeman. Goes on a 4-fight win streak, beating Leandro Higo. Loses to Corrales and Boric by knockout. Then he goes on a 5-fight win streak and gets TKO'd by Jeremy Kennedy due to a shoulder injury. And he's on a 3-fight win streak. James Gonzalez, Pedro Carvalho, and Henry Corrales, and this is the fucking guy you guys are saying needs a top opponent in his UFC day? Are you fucking kidding me? That you guys, like, it makes no fucking sense, dude. Like, why? And again, young guy, has all the skills. Value him highly if he's a good prospect to bring into your promotion, but it's like a top 10 guy in his first fight? Are you fucking crazy? Like, now, depending on how much they're paying him, that would make sense. The KO losses, Pico had were brutal. Yeah, Pico versus Charles Jourdain. See, that's a good fight. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'll cut him some slack. Let's give him a guy right outside of the top 15. Jourdain is at bantamweight now, Sean. There's people who said Pico should fight Gian. What the fuck? The Bellator UFC sucks as a whole record-wise. Yeah, but no, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. That's why Michael Chandler, he knocked out Benson Henderson. Like, he was on a win streak, gonna fight for the title in that organization next. Like, and he also was longer in the tooth than Aaron Pico. Like, Aaron Pico is still young in his career and young life-wise. Why would we give this fucking guy a top 10 opponent in his fucking UFC debut? Like, give him somebody at least like number 15 or just outside of the top 15. And that's Dan Ige. Anyone around Dan Ige's ranking, look at his UFC record. I mean, what is the point you're trying to make here, bro? Like, honestly, like, he beat Dan Hooker in his fucking debut, who was ranked pretty high. And he also fought for an interim title. Like, like, what? Even Pitbull didn't deserve a Yair fight. That's debatable, though, because Pitbull, there's a difference between longevity in the sport. He was a former champion in 2 weight classes in Bellator. Like, the dude is a legend. I think he deserved a top 10 fighter in his debut. 100%. After the fight, that doesn't look so good, you know, but he put enough work in, a tenure in the sport to get a ranked opponent. Brooks was 1-4. Chandler was 2-7 in the UFC. They're not top of the, okay, but like, what does that have to do with Aaron Pico getting a top 10 opponent or not? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, the fuck does that have to do with anything? I'm not even sitting here saying like, oh, Michael Chandler is going to be a champion one day. You know, it's like, I don't know what that has to do with anything. 2-7 in the UFC. Yeah, okay. And like, that's why he just got his ass whooped by Paddy Pimblett, you know? Like, what are we even talking about here? Like, I'm just saying, like, to me, it doesn't make sense to give Pico a top 10 guy. If you're gonna put enough stock into this guy and you're gonna really say, okay, like, I want to give him a really big test and a ranked opponent, I don't think he should be even number 10. Like, just below 10 is fine. How old is Aaron Pico? $28, dude. What are we doing? What are we even talking about? Like, top 10 guy after beating Pedro Carvalho and Henry Corrales? Like, doy, like, what? The fuck? Anyway. Okay, let's go back to the news. Blah, blah, blah. What the hell? Man, nothing looks too interesting to me. Amanda Nunes open to Juliana Pena trilogy, but Kayla Harrison is the one I want. Yeah. I don't think that's even news, right? Yeah. Marvin Vittori's brother passing away, man. That's sad. That's really sad. Belcher calls out GFL as a scam after debut cards canceled. We all got screwed on this one. I have a GFL video in case you haven't watched it. All right. Well, I don't know. Fabian Edwards feels for other fighters complaining about inactivity in the PFL. Fabian Edwards also obviously headlining the card on Friday. Bryce should have been ranked 14. He beat Ige, and Ige should be 15. The rankings currently as they sit. Max Holloway is number 1. Diego Lopez, number 2. Ilia Topuria, number 3. Ilia Topuria now... Wait, no. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Probably shouldn't even be in the rankings, right? Yair at 4. Movsar tied with him at 4. Okay. Arnold Allen at 6. Brian Ortega 7. Lerone Murphy at 8. Aljo at 9. Josh M at 10. Silva at 11th. Giga at 12th. Zalal at 13th. Dan Ige at 14th. Calvin Cater at 15th. Bryce should have been ranked 14. He beat Ige, and Ige should be 15. I mean, but he beat Cron Gracie. That's his most recent win. Cron Gracie? We're going to rank a guy in the top 15. You beat Cron Gracie, got knocked out cold by Emmett, choked out by Gian Silva. I understand. I mean, Dan Ige just got a win over Sean Woodson. I think he should hold his position at the least, right? Cater somehow still ranked, and he's on a skid. Yeah, that is kind of weird. That's why I like going off of Tapology's. Or was it? Yeah, Tapology's rankings. Yeah. I did a whole PFL preview show. Shout out to my homie Big Red for hopping on that. I mean, I like the PFL's product, but yeah, it does kind of suck how they're hosing a bunch of fighters. It does suck. It's that stupid tournament format, you know? In my opinion. That's why a lot of people aren't getting fights. Dakota still can't find a fight. Wish the UFC had her. Yeah, I just saw an interview with her. She's like, give me literally anyone. There's no coming back from this embarrassment for the GFL. No fighter will ever trust them again. It's over. UFC reigns supreme for another 1,000 years. The dynasty of Dana White's UFC. Yeah, it sucks, man. Because I've been working on Chad Mendez's house for the past 6 months or so. And I was talking to him, and I was like, dude, yeah, and it's not like we're having many conversations, but I'm just like, hey, I heard you had a fight coming up. Yeah, man, I've been training my ass off. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Excited, I'll be watching, And I could tell that he has been training because he's been gone every time I've been working over there. So it's like, fuck, man. Feel for the guy, It sucks. Also, I was talking to his wife. I was like, do you like watching fights? Or, and she's like, hell no. I fucking hate watching fights. Like, yeah, but you got to go. I'm like, are you going to go to the LA fight? And she's like, oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to go support him. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I get it. Why would you want to see your significant other fight? Do you think the GFL will still host events, or will all the fighters have to go to different promotions? That is an interesting question. I don't think it's impossible for them to host an event. I just think that at this point, it's looking pretty unlikely that they will. When you even have Ariel Helwani, the biggest promoter of the GFL himself, saying he's in doubt if the first event will happen, or will all the fighters have to go to different promotions? Like, where would they go? Like, who's gonna be like, dude, who we got to get? Fucking Tony Ferguson and Dylan Dennis. Like, what? When they go to different promotions, it'll probably have to be like a regional promotion. But then, I mean, I kind of get it because my job demands a high dollar. So like sometimes I'm slow, but it's like, yeah, I could go get a job for like $20 an hour or like $15 an hour. And it's like, why would I do that? I could go make $1,000 in a day when work comes around, So that is kind of a tough spot to be in. Obviously, like Chad Mendez still has the door open to go fight in BKFC. certain guys I'm sure could go. I think that this will be the end of the career for a lot of people who were fighting in the GFL that already should have not been fighting anymore. I would love to see the GFL put on events. Because I mean, we need more promotions that are halfway decent. You know, we can't just have the UFC, you know, and then the fucking PFL. What is up, SS Jackson? How was the card today? Tricky Al Sheik having a boxing tournament today with like all different weight classes. Card was long as shit. I think it was like nobody over 15 fights and nobody over the age of 26. How was that card today, bro? Let me know. Yeah, man, we need more places for people to go. Like, it's not everybody can't just go to Karate Combat and BKFC, you know? Gotta have another MMA promotion that pays good. Because, you know, LFA, CFFC, I mean, shit, why don't they just all go to KSW, right? It was pretty decent, had a bunch of heavy-handed featherweights on it. Good shit, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. It sounds like a really good concept, you know? I wish we could have one-night tournaments again. Can't always get what we want. Tournaments are definitely needed more in boxing and combat. Yeah, dude. Right? Unfortunately, the USA is just a bunch of pussies when it comes to tournaments in general. So, I mean, one-night tournaments are like my favorite thing ever in combat sports, though. Pride used to do it in MMA, K1. I'll listen to that boxing card today at work. You did, or you'll listen to it? Yeah, it sounded like decent to me, but it's good to see you, by the way, Scott. Anyway, so let's get into kind of what else is going on for the weekend. Why don't we? Tonight, you've got BFL. This is a Canadian promotion. I'm pretty sure Isha will be doing a fight companion for this. You got quite a few fights in this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fights on this BFL card. It does start pretty late. 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 my time. So BFL tonight, you got some random boxing promotion. Tomorrow, though, it's Muay Thai at 5 a.m. from True For You. We got Brave CF. Heard good things about Brave. I've never watched a Brave card, but it's free on YouTube. That's a plus, right? It's going to be in China. Obviously, we got one Friday fights. I wish I could watch this. I have to work, fortunately. Good way to kick off the weekend. Fury Amateur Series. Now, I like Fury FC, but I've never watched an amateur series card. It must be all Amis. It's going to be on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know what that is. This is boxing. Some boxing card from Russia on YouTube. 1 p.m. Or for me, 12 Eastern, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Then there's going to be the PFL. I'm going to do a fight companion for that. Seeing people go through the quarterfinals, semifinals is always, yeah, and then you get more invested in their story. It's like a build. Obviously the PFL does that, but it's just not landing as far as like me caring enough. I did listen. Yeah. I listened to it a little bit myself. It sounded pretty good. Jay did a fantastic job covering that. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this card would be going way too far, but I am just happy that there's decent fights to watch on a Friday night, right? Fabian Edwards and Pikasaganai, two decent names inside of the UFC. I am really hyped for Mads Burnell versus JJ Wilson. Guy's always scrapping. Mads Burnell, big fan of that guy. Shout out to Degenerate Dane. And then to kind of end Friday, you've got some crazy ass card from Illinois. Friday Night Fights. It's going to be various rule set. There is a lot of fights on this. It's on Triller. And then there's BKFC Omaha. Nobody that I really recognize. I also heard that the venue that this is going to take place in is like a theater, so it's not like a proper venue, smaller production, you know. But I'm sure this will be fantastic. Jay's going to be covering this on Rush Hour, so I don't think I'm going to cover it. Some grappling, another boxing event. Sparta. I have heard of Sparta, but I've never watched it. Plus, you got to pay for it. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, LFA 207 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Should be. I mean, dude, LFA's been on a roll. Their last card was all knockouts. Fairtex fight, that might be fun to cover. Let me know if you guys want me to cover that. I might cover that while LFA is going down. But here's what I'm going to be doing. Right here, Rise Kickboxing 187. It's going to be 2:15 in the morning. Be up all night watching some Japanese kickboxing. So yeah, join me for that if you guys feel so inclined. Got a week off from the UFC, unfortunately, but when they do come back, it's in Kansas City with a pretty decent card, actually. So we making preview and picks show for that. Let's continue on through the weekend. And you got Octagon at 6 a.m. I don't know. I might have time to do that. RWS, which sucks. I want RWS to be good, but man, it's been just terrible. It's been so terrible, man. Another bare knuckle show. BFC, BKB. I don't even know how you watch BKB. Vice TV? What the fuck? Cage Warriors. I didn't know there was a Cage Warriors show. Might have to watch that. MTGP. I don't even know how you watch this. I would like to watch one of these sometimes, though, because this is some kickboxing. What else is going down? I mean, okay, we got a Cage Fury card. Tampa. Saturday night. Oh, I know what's going down. Right here. Deep Impact. I'm going to do this with Isha, man. If you guys don't have your Deep subscription, I mean, you're missing out big time. It's been fantastic every time I've watched it. There's going to be a Shudo card from Okinawa. What is this? Taisei boxing. Oh, Thai fight? Dude, I'm going to be doing that. All right, that's it. But yeah, man, Deep is going down. Get this out of here. This weekend, I'll be doing that with Isha. I'm going to try to set these up better and give you guys time to ask questions so we can answer. But yeah, man, I mean, been like 45 minutes. Been live now. Shout out to everybody that joined the chat. Like I said, Tapology League. Gonna pay people. Gonna pay winners of that. So please join the Tapology League. It's in the channel's description. Might have Big Red on tomorrow for a fight companion. Try to get some more topics going. But we're gonna bring back MMA Nerd, and I'm gonna do No Chill versus Big Red. No Chill's been calling Big Red out for months now, and no response from No Chill. He's ducking the smoke, so I'm gonna put my promoter hat on and make that one happen. So be on the lookout for a new episode of MMA Nerd coming out. Hopefully within the next week. Got to get back to on a roll with MMA Nerd, and I need contestants. Scott Young would love to have you on. SS Jackson, all you guys, anybody at your request, you can be on MMA Nerd. You don't have to necessarily show your face on the camera. It is better so we can see if you're cheating or not. But yeah, man, 45 minutes. Usually these go an hour, but that's all right. I mean, I think that today or yesterday marks a week that I've had this channel, and I'm already nearing 75 subscribers. I'm pretty stoked, man. I'm pretty stoked that anybody's just paying attention to what I'm doing over here on this channel. So thank you guys very much. We'll get monetized at some point. Yeah, man. That's about it for me. Let's play the outro for a while, and then we'll be out.
My talent. Idaho. I loved you. You spat in my face.